Hello and welcome to Sports Buzz. In the next half an hour, we'll get you all the latest news and updates related to sports. My name is Abhishek Mahajan. We'll start with the headlines. Virat Kohli and Shubman Gill keep the run flow going after Rohit Sharma's early fall at the Wankhede. In national games, Maharashtra on top with 56 gold medals, services in second spot, while Haryana at the third position. Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri felicitates para-athletes, hails their achievements in Para-Asian Games. All right, we'll start Sports Buzz with the updates from Cricket World Cup. All right, we'll start with India versus Sri Lanka game. Rohit Sharma's homecoming was not an eventful one as the Indian skipper was packed cheaply. Rohit opened his account with a boundary but was outdone in the next delivery and was dismissed for just 4. But Virat Kohli joined Shubman Gill in the middle and were given lucky reprieves by the Lankan fielders. But soon, both the batters found their groove and kept the scoreboard moving. Both Kohli and Gill completed their 50s. And this was after Sri Lanka skipper Kusal Mendes won the toss and invited India to bat. India have not tweaked the winning combination. Sri Lanka have made one change. Dushant Hemantha comes in for Dhananjay De Silva. And India will continue to their ruthless march on the road to the World Cup semi-final. And after wins over Australia, Pakistan, New Zealand, England, Bangladesh and Afghanistan, the men in blue have the opportunity to smash all permutations and combinations. And till the last reports came in, India were 157 for 1 after 25.3 overs. Virat Kohli on 78 on course to match Sachin Tendulkar's record of 49th ODI century, and Shubman Gill is batting on 66. All right, we'll go across to Mumbai now, where DD India's Tapas Bhattacharya joins us, who's been covering this match. Tapas, very good evening to you, but not a kind of start that India would have wanted. Rohit Sharma fell cheaply, but again, what a comeback by India. Virat Kohli and Shubman Gill not only rebuilding, but Virat Kohli on course to match Sachin Tendulkar's record of 49th ODI century.
Well, and on course for that. In fact, he has also broken one of the records of Sachin Tendulkar. Remember, Sachin Tendulkar has scored 7 times 1,000 runs in a calendar year, and Virat Kohli has now gone past that. He has done that for the 8th time in a calendar year in this particular match. So, as one say that records are meant to be broken, but the way Virat Kohli has gone about his job in the last decade or so, it was expected that he will do that. Now everybody is expecting that elusive turn. Once he gets that, he will again surpass Sachin Tendulkar's record of 49 runs. Am I audible, Abhishek? Am I audible for you?
Yes, you are, Tapas. Go on.
Lovely. So that's one part of it. You're going back again. You mentioned the fact that India's start was not that great, but so far right now India has scored 162 runs for the loss of just 1 wicket, and it's a great if you take if you leave aside the fact that the first over you got rid of Rohit Sharma after sunset, then Virat Kohli and Shubman Gill has gone about their job. In fact, Virat Kohli is currently playing on 82 in 78 balls with 11 fours, and Shubman Gill is in 67 of 77 balls. So these two, what they have done is that this is just the 26th over, and they have already gone past 150 run bar. This is 162 they have already scored. So they have already set the stage for a leg that one expects. Remember, this is the same thing with South Africa twice have gone past 380 runs. In fact, they've gone past 390 in fact. So one expects that plenty of runs will be scored in this particular pitch. And as I mentioned, that Virat Kohli is on course for his another 49th, 50th, 10th, century, ODI century. So if that happens again, it will put India in a great, stage where the late Brits can actually work wonders, for India. But again, you have to give credit. He was dropped on 10th by Sri Lankan bowlers. It was a tough cotton bowl chance, but as one said, Chamira was the one who dropped in on a cotton bowl chance, and since then, since that particular moment, Virat has not set one foot wrong in the full innings, and one expects that he will go ahead and score that particular
Right.
run that we are.
Absolutely, Tapas. And like you mentioned, he's just 18 runs short to match Sachin Tendulkar's record of 49th ODI centuries. But Tapas, South Africa, in the last two games, South Africa scored 399 and 382 respectively. And India would also want to score nothing less than 350. And the way they are going, Shubman and Virat Kohli, who knows, they might score 400 too.
It is quite expected. I mean, right now the average is currently over 7 runs per over. So if you go by that logic, and if they manage, if they keep this particular momentum going, and you have batsmen coming in after this, so you have got Suresh Iyer, KL Rahul, Surya Kumar Yadav, all of them can span the ball quite a distance. Ravindra Jadeja can also throw his bat around. So you have the power, you have the ammunition. Now the idea is how much is enough, and that is where the batsman at the middle, both Shubman Gill and Virat Kohli, needs to assess the situation. It's almost it's the 27th over currently going. So and 163. So if they manage to score, let's say, another 20 odd runs in the next, let's say, by 30 overs. So for 30 overs, you're left with 20 overs. The general perception is that whatever you score in 30 overs, you double it and add that. So if, let's say, if they manage to score 180 runs and you double it, so you are already close to what you are actually talking about, the 400 mark. And with the flourish that we have with the batsmen that I just mentioned, Suresh Iyer, KL Rahul, and Surya Kumar Yadav, we all know how destructive Surya Kumar Yadav can be, especially in the last 7-8 overs. So if that happens, the whole, they will actually break it down as a T20 match, 5 overs, 10 overs, 15 overs. That's how they should go about after, let's say, 30 overs. So if they have probably they will be thinking of 350 score in this particular pitch. Anything over 350 will be an added advantage, will be a bonus.
Absolutely. India have already scored 164 after the end of 27 overs. Virat Kohli batting on 83 and Shubman Gill batting on 68. The partnership is already of 160 runs between Shubman Gill and Virat Kohli. But Tapas, are you a little surprised with Sri Lanka's decision to bowl first on Wankhede wicket?
Not exactly. So still a lot of people talk about the fact that what you can do, what you want to do. Still, there's nothing. Sri Lanka has nothing to lose. What they are looking for is a win against India and probably get their run rate, bettering their run rate. And the only way they can do is is probably looking at the total and trying to achieve that in a particular time frame, particular over mathematics, and that's the whole idea. The pitch is good. It's not that after second innings the pitch will deteriorate, or for that matter there will be dew factors coming in. The weather currently in Mumbai is such that dew factor. It doesn't seem that the dew factor will be a concern for the team. So I think they took a decision. Although if you are under pressure, the traditional adage is that you bat first, score runs, and then try to put pressure on the opposition. But again, as I mentioned, every team works in a different way, and that's something that they would like to do in this particular match.
And Tapas, before we leave you, everyone was calling it a revenge match for Sri Lanka because 2011 final, when India won the World Cup, the opponent was Sri Lanka itself. But that team, which had the likes of Mahela Jayawardena, Kumar Sangakkara, this team is completely different. And if we talk about the permutation and combination, equation is simple for Sri Lanka. If they lose today, they'll be out of the tournament.
True, very true. In fact, you mentioned it quite right that you can't compare the 2011 team with the one that we currently play. They had their share of injuries. In fact, Kushal Menzies has right now trying to make do something with this particular team. But as I mentioned, it is not that easy. You can compare. You can say that a lot of things can be done, but Kushal Menzies is under pressure. And also, you have to understand that their main player who was there, who's captaining, Dushandar was got injured, and when Mendes, who was playing so well in the first half of the tournament, he scored I think at more than an average strike rate and more than I think 160, 70 odd runs in the two matches. And from once he got the captaincy, he somehow lost the plot somewhere down the line, and that is where probably hit the Sri Lankan team hard. So they probably wanted Mendes to go hard and show his true color and true aggression. But I think after getting the captaincy, he got bogged down, and that is where somehow somewhere down the line hurt the Sri Lankan side. They had some good players. They played well in practice, but it didn't show in the final outcome, and that is where the problem lies with Sri Lanka. You mentioned the fact that it's a clutch match. A lot of people are talking about it doesn't mean just because it's the same stadium and it's 12 years down the line, same World Cup. The two teams are chalk and cheese. At least on paper, it doesn't look like there's a match. Again, you have to understand that just concluded Asian championship in the finals. India quite easily defeated Sri Lanka. So India does have a bit of a stronghold over this particular Sri Lankan side, and doesn't look like the Sri Lankan side is getting away from that anytime soon. Abhishek.
Right, India, they are eyeing semi-final berth. If they win today, they'll move into the semi-finals, and Sri Lanka lose today, they'll be out of the tournament. We'll end it for the time being, Tapas, and to give us the latest, 171 for 1 India after 27.5 overs. Shubman Gill batting on 75 and Virat Kohli on 83. Thank you, Tapas. You might have a long day ahead if Virat Kohli goes on to score his 100. Thank you so much. Moving further, as a mark of respect to India, legendary cricketer Sachin Tendulkar, his life-size statue was unveiled at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai on the eve of India's World Cup clash against Sri Lanka on Wednesday. The statue is a tribute to Tendulkar's illustrious career and contribution to Indian cricket. The sculpture captures Tendulkar in action, playing one of his iconic cricket strokes, the straight drive. Several dignitaries, including Sachin Tendulkar and his family, graced the occasion. And talking about another match that was played yesterday, South Africa thrashed New Zealand by 190 runs in Cricket World Cup in Pune on Wednesday. New Zealand's stand-in skipper Tom Latham defended the decision to field first in Pune. And New Zealand, this is their third consecutive loss, and South Africa are on song, and they are just one step behind making it to the semis. They have just lost one game, and that too against Netherlands, and fiery centuries from Rassie van der Dusen and Quinton de Kock, followed by a 4-wicket haul from Keshav Maharaj, helped Proteas register their 6th win in the World Cup. And talking about that particular match, chasing 358, New Zealand kept on losing wickets at regular intervals as Maharaj took 4 while Marco Jansen scalped 3. And for New Zealand, Glenn Phillips scored 60 and emerged as the highest scorer for them. Earlier, Rassie van der Dusen and de Kock scored 133 and 114 runs respectively. This was New Zealand's third consecutive loss in the tournament. And New Zealand stand-in skipper Tom Latham has defended his decision to field first in Pune. Latham won the toss and chose to bowl first, a decision that was surprised many, as South Africa have registered huge scores while batting first. And speaking at the post-match presentation, Latham said that it wasn't their best performance, and the partnership between de Kock and van der Dusen put them under pressure. And when asked about the call to field first, Latham defended the call and said that the Proteas started well of the day and went on to lemon the performance of the Black Caps with the bat. Latham said, this is what he said, obviously not our best performance. The partnership between Quinny and Rassi was great as it put pressure on us, and then it was a decent surface, and then we lost wickets at regular intervals and lost the game. We would have fielded first, but they started well, and then the partnership was great. It was a decent surface, but we did not capitalize with the bat. We wanted to keep them to 330, 340, but the batting failed for us, unfortunately. All right, now let's take a look at the points table after South Africa defeated New Zealand. The match between India and Sri Lanka is going on. South Africa at number 1 position. They have played 7 matches. They have won 6 matches, lost 1 against Netherlands, and they are on top with 12 points. But India, if they win today, they'll go on top, currently at 2nd position. 6 matches, they are unbeaten. Only team which is unbeaten in the tournament with 12 points. Australia, they have got their mojo back. They are on 8 points after 6 matches. New Zealand, they have lost the track, it seems. They have lost 3 consecutive games, but they still have a chance to make it to the last 4. They are on 8 points after 7 matches. Pakistan, they still have a chance, but the next 3 games are not that easy. They are on 8 points. Afghanistan, they are doing exceptionally well. They have won 3 games, including they have defeated England also. They have beaten Sri Lanka too. They have 6 points after 6 matches. Sri Lanka, they are playing their 7th game. If they lose today, they will be almost out of the tournament. Netherlands, they have won 2 matches out of 6. Bangladesh, they are already eliminated from the tournament. They have just won 1 game in 7 matches. England, they're languishing at the bottom of the points table. Remember, they are the defending champions, and it's so unfortunate that they have won just 1 game out of 6 that they have played. Now, Union Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Hardeep Singh Puri, felicitated the triumphant athletes who brought honour to India at the 4th Asian Para Games. This occasion provided a stage to celebrate the remarkable achievements of these athletes. Indian para-athletes brought home an unprecedented total of 111 medals from Para-Asian Games held in Hangzhou.
Union Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas Hardeep Singh Puri felicitated para-athletes who performed brilliantly at the Asian Para Games in China. This event served as a platform to applaud these athletes for their incredible success. Union Minister expressed the nation's pride in these athletes' achievements.
हमारा जो इकोसिस्टम है, इनको जो सहायता चाहिए ट्रेनिंग के लिए, बाकी ट्रेनिंग वेन्यूज़, स्टेडियम के लिए सबकी तरफ से सहायता मिल रही है, और मैं इनको सबको शुभकामनाएं देना चाहता हूं। और मैंने जैसे कहा, देश भर में सब प्रधानमंत्री जी से लेके सब, they are very proud of their achievements, or we draw strength from their success.
The Indian para-athletes shared their sentiments on how such recognition and appreciation fuels their motivation to strive for even greater success in the future.
देश को 7 मेडल दे चुकी हूँ, 3 इंटरनेशनल खेल चुकी हूँ, 7 मेडल, देश को 7 मेडल दे चुकी हूँ, तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। मैं सबको धन्यवाद कहना चाहती हूँ। सबसे पहले मैं धन्यवाद करूँ शाइन बोर्ड का, पीसीआई का, ओजीक्यू का, साई का, इन सब का सपोर्ट रहा है हमें पीछे, उनका मैं धन्यवाद कहना चाहती हूँ। और कल हम प्रधानमंत्री जी से मिले, उन्होंने अपना आशीर्वाद दिया, हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा। और मैं सबके लिए एक मैसेज देना चाहती हूँ कि किसी में कोई कमी नहीं होती, बस मेहनत की ज़रूरत होती है।
I also want to say my thanks to the government of India, our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi sir, because you know we all wait for his tweets whenever we win medals. So that is something which is special, and that spreads positivity. And I think that is one of the reasons that we have come here and on the 5th position. I would also like to thank SAI, PCI, and each and every one, my coaches, my team, shooting team.
India's para-athletes made history at Asian Para Games in Hangzhou, securing an astounding 111 medals, including an impressive 29 gold. This remarkable victory demonstrates India's prowess on the international stage and the indomitable spirit of its para-athletes. Narayan Singh's report, DD India.
All right, after this, time for the updates from the ongoing 37th edition of National Games in Goa. In men's rowing, the services team made a clean sweep with winning 6 out of 6 gold medals available. In an exclusive conversation with DD India's Suchitra Bhardwaj, services rowing team members and their coach praised the facilities available in Goa for rowing and the rising popularity of this sport in India.
So how do you look at the performance of your team?
The team did absolutely well, and we can say we were kind of sure that we'll dominate in all 6 events, and it's God's grace that we got all the golds. Yeah.
And Parminder, you performed really well in the Asian Games also. Now, how do you look at the National Games? Because, you know, Asian Games are important, but National Games, they hold their own importance.
Ma'am, first of all, it's a proud moment for us for representing services, since it's the dominating state which always takes gold since the rowing started in India. So it's my 5th gold from services and 2 gold in this national games. So it's a very proud moment for all of us.
What do you have to say about the facilities provided for rowing?
Facilities are absolutely good. We can say because this is the first time Goa is conducting such a big event, and before this national games there was no course, at least we can say. But yes, they did well at a good course. All credit goes to Rowing Federation of India, and many MP team, they provided everything. Navy, they provided some boats. So yes, facilities are like first class.
Parminder, you have a medal in the Asian Games. Now you have won gold medals in National Games. What is your next target?
Our next target is Olympics coming year. And we will try to give our best, and we'll surely try to get on podium. We'll give our best. And he was my partner, Satnam Singh, in Asian Games also, and in National Games. We were in quarter pull and double scull. We got gold medal in both the events. And we both will try to get gold in next upcoming Asian Games, since we had chances of better medal in this Asian Games, but disappointingly we got bronze medal. So we are not satisfied with that, and we will try to take gold medal in the next Asian Games in 2026.
Thank you so much for talking to us. So the services rowing team has performed really well in the 37th National Games in Goa, but they are not satisfied with the gold in National Games. Now they are eyeing gold medal in Asian Games, and of course they want to perform really well in the Olympics also. With camera person Sumit Dhiman, this is Suchitra reporting for DD India from Goa.
And Gatka, traditional Sikh martial art, is included in the 37th National Games as a demonstration sport. Gatka is a style of fighting which uses wooden sticks. It originated in the 15th century but has undergone a revival in the 20th century and is now usually performed as a sword dance at various Sikh festivals. A traditional sport like Gatka is an integral part of Indian culture which needs to be popularized. More on this exclusive report by Suchitra Bhardwaj.
Gatka, a traditional Sikh martial art, is included in the 37th National Games as a demonstration sport. Players practicing this martial art form for years are elated that finally Gatka is getting popular pan-India and it will take the sport to new heights.
I have playing this game since last 10 years. So being a player of Gatka, I am feeling very proud that Gatka has been included in Goa Nationals in 37th National Games of India, and this is for the very first time, and being here I am feeling very proud.
combat sports are an instant hit with the spectators. The school children who came to watch the games were totally enjoying watching the game and also expressed the desire to learn the art form.
I had come first time to see national games. I'm feeling very proud that national games are in our Goa. I'm excited to see and I will like to play also.
Gatka Federation of India is happy with the kind of support Gatka is getting from the government now.
आपको ये बताना चाहूँगा कि अभी ये गेम खेलो इंडिया में आ चुका है. इस बार थर्ड टाइम खेला जाएगा खेलो इंडिया में. एंड दिस ईयर हमने SCFI में स्कूल गेम्स फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडिया में इसको इंक्लूड करवा दिया है. नेशनल में इस बार डेमो बेस पे है. डेफिनेटली अगले साल ये मेडल टैली में आ जाएगा. तो अगला टारगेट हमारा एशिया कप और वर्ल्ड कप का है.
It is important to popularize and practice traditional sports like Gatka as they are an integral part of the Indian culture.
It is a part of government's initiative to popularize our traditional sports, and it will ultimately lead to this sport getting popular and more players taking part in it. With camera person Sumit Dhiman, this is Suchitra reporting for DD India from Goa.
All right, hockey now. India will take on South Korea in the final league game today in Ranchi. India clinched a narrow 2-1 win over Japan to register their fourth straight victory and storm into the semis of the Women's Asian Champions Trophy hockey tournament on Wednesday. The team had earlier defeated Thailand, Malaysia and China. All right, that's all we have in this edition of Sports Buzz. You stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.